Member Saanich North and the Islands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday, my colleague drew the connection between the climate risks facing our community and the management of our forests. But the climate risks also could have huge impacts on the forests across the province. According to the climate risk assessment quietly released by government, climate change could negatively affect forest growth rates, increase forest mortality, change forest composition. Climate-induced drought could increase forest die-off and make trees more vulnerable to wildfire and pest outbreaks. These changes are happening now. My daughter Ella is growing up in a world where summer means fire. The skies above our house have been blanketed by smoke for half of the summers of her life. Luckily, we got a break this year, but who knows what next year will bring. The risks facing our forest sector are going to be exacerbated as we move forward. My question is to the Minister of Forests, Lands, Natural Resource Operations and Rural Development. How are we ensuring that forest-dependent communities will be able to have a resource they can rely on in future decades as the impacts of climate change take hold?
Minister of Forests, Lands, Natural Resources and Rural Development.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the member for his well thought out and presented question. When it comes to Honourable Speaker,
members.
Honourable Speaker, when it comes to fighting climate change, our government takes our responsibility very seriously, and unlike some members on the other side, our government and our colleagues in the Green Caucus know the science is clear and we need real action now, Honourable Speaker. As far as the preliminary strategic climate risk assessment, which was a report that is mandated in our Clean BC plan that we worked on with the Green Caucus. There's a number of factors pointed out around forestry and around the need for innovation in forestry when it comes to the forests and the future. And the member is correct to point out the incredible fires that we've had in 2017 and 2018 as a result of forests drying out and a change in climate. The innovation in practice, one example that we've had, and we've had many, is prescribed burning. We're allotting $10 million a year for the next 3 years to use traditional Indigenous knowledge and create prescribed burns to lower the fuel load and therefore lower the amount of greenhouse gases that are emitted into the atmosphere from unplanned fires. We have innovation in management. The member asked around innovation in management. We have a seed tree program where we're growing trees that are going to be better adapted to the climate change characteristics in the future. And we have innovation in technology, Honourable Speaker. We've been working on an app, Honourable Speaker, and in the field, a biomass utilization app that will assess biomass volumes and potential greenhouse gas emission benefits in real time. That's been supported by Canada under the Transformative Technologies Agreement. Honourable Speaker, they don't seem to want to know about innovation in forestry, and I can understand that because they ignored forestry for 16 years, Honourable Speaker. So we'll keep...
Thank you.
We'll keep working hard to support innovation in our forest sector.
Member Saanich North and the Islands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the Minister for the answer to the question and the answer to the supplemental and maybe the supplemental for next week as well. We need to transform our approach to forestry in this province, especially as we confront the massive challenge of climate change, Mr. Speaker. We must be better stewards, and we must start managing for value instead of volume. This is the only way to create resilient local communities and dependable jobs. We could produce everything from wood fiber insulation, mass timber, or a range of products to replace single-use plastics. Instead of leading this change, BC is exporting raw logs, we continue to lose forestry jobs, and we are a net importer of engineered wood products. Sweden is an example of how things could be different. Despite having a similarly sized harvesting land base, Sweden's forestry industry employs almost twice as many people as BC's. The difference, they manage their forests for value and on the basis of science. So my question is to the Minister. Forestry-dependent communities are hurting across this province. Now is the time for transformative change of our forest management in BC, not for just Band-Aids or for changes around the outside. What specific actions is he taking to spur the innovation in this industry so that we add value, maximize local jobs, and responsibly manage our forests?
Minister of Forests, Lands, Natural Resources and Rural Development.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I apologize for the length of my answers. It's just that I'm so passionate about the future of forestry. And I couldn't agree with the member more about maximizing value out of the logs that come out of our forest versus maximizing volume. And part of that is true. The exponential growth of raw log export under the previous government is something that we've addressed directly under the Coast Forest Sector Revitalization Initiative, Honourable Speaker. So the member asked how we're addressing getting more value out of the forest. And I can give him a very, very good example. Earlier this year, the Premier announced that we in BC have become the first province in Canada as an early adopter of 12-story building regulations around building 12-story buildings out of wood, Honourable Speaker. First in Canada. And that will end up... directly in regards to building taller buildings out of engineered wood products. That adds value to the value chain, that creates more jobs in the forest, more jobs in the factories, and makes more stable rural communities.